This is the Barbados Today evening news for Monday, October 9. I am Mary Claire Williams. Police are on the hunt for two gunmen who robbed a 15-year-old schoolboy at gunpoint last Friday. The boy, who attends a rural Christchurch school, was attacked at the junction of Montrose and Silver Hill, Christchurch, around 2:45 p.m. According to lawmen, one assailant has a dark complexion and is about 6 feet tall. He is slim, has an unkempt afro, large eyes, and a tattoo of a teardrop at the side of one eye. The second man is also dark and is about 5 feet 9 inches tall. He has a low haircut and tattoos on his right arms. Police are asking anyone with information on the incident to contact the Oistins Police Station at 418-2612, the police emergency number 211, or Crime Stoppers at 1-800-8477 or the nearest police station. A Guyanese national is set to be deported after paying a $500 fine for a string of drug-related charges today. 23-year-old Nicholas Charles pleaded guilty to possession of cannabis, possession with intent to supply, trafficking, and importation of cannabis when he appeared before Magistrate Christopher Broome at the District C Magistrates Court. Last Saturday, police arrested Charles at the Grantley Adams International Airport after customs officers searched his luggage and found one black taped package containing cannabis hidden in his suitcase. The drug weighed approximately 151 grams and has an estimated street value of $755. He was fined $500 forthwith for the offense of possession of cannabis and reprimanded and discharged for the offenses of possession with intent to supply and trafficking, and convicted, reprimanded, and discharged for the offense of importation. The fine was paid and Phillips was handed over to immigration officers for deportation. Meanwhile, police are reporting that Christopher Broome of lot number 8 Homestead Drive for Pilgrim, Christchurch, has been found and is safe. Broome was reported missing on September 21st. In other news, this Monday evening, the buzz is on at the University of the West Indies following the unveiling of plans for the $34 million Duke's Agriculture Business Development Park. The project, which is expected to provide more than 1,500 jobs, is aimed at helping Barbados and the region boost its food security. Foreign Affairs Minister Maxine McLean is expecting the project to deliver big dividends for the island and its neighbors. She told reporters the potential is far-reaching and it is part of the government's broader plan to develop and rebuild the agriculture sector.
It is recognizing the importance of agriculture going forward. Not only agriculture, but a very integrated approach to agriculture, where we have the opportunity to allow our university graduates to apply their knowledge of science in its several forms. Beyond this project, of course, as I said, it's an integrated project, integrated within the project and integrated across other projects. Reference was made to the whole. A lot of investment is being made in agriculture, education at the Samuel Jackman Prescott Polytechnic as well as the Barbados Community College. And therefore, working with the University of the West Indies, we should be able to allow our young people to apply technology.
Meanwhile, MP and Chief Executive Officer of the Barbados Agricultural Society, James Paul, is cautiously optimistic about the new project. He's concerned that the island is not producing enough food to feed itself and is anxious to see how the proposed mega project will boost food production.
This agribusiness must exist within a particular environment of production. And I'm waiting to see what impact that facility will have as far as that is concerned, and the jury is still out. But I get the impression that we will be involved in terms of the planning of it, and conceptualization of it. I'm anxious to see, and I've always been one who's argued that, and I think consistent with the arguments of people in the sector, that the University of West Indies needs to play a great role in terms of the development of agriculture in Barbados. And we measure that by the extent to which it facilitates production, bringing that idle land that we have around the country back into production.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Today's Touch, reaching out to our communities.
On the regional front, the Caribbean Shipping Association, the CSA, says it is expected to receive an assessment of the conditions of ports in the countries affected by recent hurricanes this week, as members meet here for the association's 47th annual general meeting. CSA President David Jean-Marie told the opening of this morning's talks that the CSA has already received a report from St. Martin, which was battered by Hurricane Irma last month. Barbuda, Dominica, Puerto Rico, and the Virgin Islands are among other destinations that also suffered damage from the recent storms. Jean-Marie, however, said that despite the level of destruction, the regional shipping industry has weathered the storms with little disruption.
We did see the diversion of a few cruise ships. For example, the one that comes to Barbados on Wednesdays. We lost that business for a couple of days because obviously one port or one country does not make an itinerary. You need our sister ports around to be in good shape. But we believe that has been started up now, and we would expect to see the adventure of the seas and perhaps the carnival vessel returning in a couple of weeks to Barbados.
Trinidad and Tobago's government says it is inching closer to reintroducing hangings as part of its plan to win the war on crime. We get the details in this report from TV6 News.
Our audit is complete. We track every single person who is condemned to death through the appellate process. What prevents the application of the death penalty right now is the pendency of appeals, be they from the Court of Appeal to the Privy Council or to the international arena where appeals are made as well.
Attorney General Faris Al-Rawi, responding to a question from TV6 News about the audit of death row, he previously said the state had undertaken to determine which inmate there is eligible for the resumption of hangings in Trinidad and Tobago. The last time a convicted murderer was hanged was in 1999.
Unfortunately, there was no tracking mechanism prior to my tenure as Attorney General, so nothing was carried out, as you know, in the period before, and all of those matters converted under Pratt and Morgan to life sentences. Having picked that up, you now are obliged to track the process of the appeals and to carry out the law provided that you don't cross 5 years.
A reference to the Privy Council's 1993 Pratt and Morgan ruling, which debars hangings of inmates who spent more than 5 years on death row.
We would have completed our part of the equation once we have tracked and are ready on each occasion, and that's well into.
That sounds as if, though, Attorney General, that the death penalty would not be re-implemented in Trinidad and Tobago anytime soon. At least what I'm getting from you.
Not at all. And the possibility of it happening becomes a reality once you have carried out all appeals within the 5-year period.
And on the international scene, the head of the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency announced today that President Donald Trump's administration will move to repeal a plan to restrict greenhouse gas emissions by former President Barack Obama. Speaking in Kentucky at a political event, the EPA chief said he will be signing a proposed rule to withdraw the Clean Power Plan. He charged that the rule, enacted in 2015, was about picking winners and losers. He claimed the Obama administration was using every bit of power and authority to use the EPA to pick winners and losers and how electricity is generated in America. And that's news this evening, but for the very latest, you can visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, and like us on Facebook. We're on Izumi Media in bus terminals and Screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. You can also find us on Mix 96.9 FM. I am Marie Claire Williams. Have a good evening.